Raph Bruhwiler. Raph, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
It's the first ASP contest ever held in Canada. Is happening in October. It's the O'Neill Coldwater Classic. Tofino is what they're calling it. And with most of these contests, they have locals that compete in these things. And my question to you, I guess, is: are you going to be competing in the contest when it comes here in October?
Yeah, I'm going to try it. The locals have to do it trials.
In your opinion, and you can be humble. I mean, I'm sure you'll be modest about this, but be as honest as you can be. Who are the favorites in your opinion for those two local spots?
Well, I mean, I think it's going to come down to how the waves are. But it's
right.
Basically, I think between probably myself, my brother Sepp, and Pete DeVries, pick us three to be kind of battling it out. I mean, anything could happen, but I'd say it's going to be hopefully two of us,
right,
or hopefully all three of us. It's just. But like I said, it's a surf contest. Anything could happen.
That's true.
I mean, none of us might even make it. Who knows? You know what I mean?
There's nothing objective about it because A, you have someone judging it, and B, you never know what wave's going to show up for your allotted time for your heat. But let's say hypothetically, let's say yourself and one of the two other names you mentioned get in, and suddenly you're competing against some of the world's greatest surfers. Now we've seen this time and time and again, and I'm sure you follow competitive surfing throughout the world. And you see it over and over again. You see these local wild cards who squeak in, and then just because they know that local spot better than anyone else, they go all the way through and win the contest on regular occasions. Do you feel like when this contest happens in October, do you feel like if you get in, you'll have that edge? Because most of these guys that are coming here have never surfed this place before.
Well, yeah, for sure. Because I mean, like you said, like anywhere else around the world, usually the local wild cards do really good. Having the advantage of knowing the area and knowing the setup, and it's going to be, I think, either at Cox Bay or North Chestermans, which is those are places that we grew up and we've surfed our whole lives, and we know those beaches in and out kind of thing. So there's definitely going to be an advantage there. And another thing is it's cold water. Like it's you got boots, you got gloves that time of the year, you got your 5 mil wetsuit. I don't know how many of the surfers that are coming here are used to doing that their whole lives either.
Oh man, they're spoiled. Most of them were just spoiled.
So who knows, right? But I mean, it's like I said before, it's a surf contest. So anything can happen. But I definitely think we have a bit of an advantage. And I mean, in the past, there's been those. They used to have those Quicksilver contests, and they used to bring a lot of heavy hitters from Quicksilver. And I mean, all three of us we made it in the finals almost every year. So. That's a little bit more confidence, I think, for us too. We know that we can hopefully do all right against the big names. But
absolutely,
we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, it's what happens. I mean, it's our local wave, so it'd be good that the more locals, the better. I think. And,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
And Raph, when you guys first found out that Canada was going to have its first ever ASP contest, were you guys stoked, or were you pretty impartial to it?
I'm pretty stoked. I mean, it'll be good. It'll be good to watch some of the best surfers in the world surf in your home break. It'll be entertaining, and I think it'll just bring the surfing in Canada up a notch.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's like one more thing, and I think it's good for the Canadian surfing scene. Personally, I just hope that the impact isn't too big, and But yeah, it's a better. I mean, I'll be able to answer this question a bit better after it happens. But I think it's good.
All right, fair enough. And I guarantee one thing: unlike the mass tourists that come during the summer, the big difference in business sales you're going to see. Maybe like you'll see business blow up during the summer, and like whaling and surf rentals. In this case, the only business that's going to skyrocket is going to be the local bar scene, because all these pros that basically just drink all night and surf all day are going to be taking over in October.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. In October is I mean it's still busier, but it's nothing like it is in the summer. So it'll definitely bring in some income,
Absolutely.
And it'd be and it's something to look forward to for us and all the local guys coming up, the young guys, and it's just, if there's one big contest a year, it'll be something for everybody to kind of work towards and try to do good and keep everybody focused, and that's kind of I think it's great, and maybe one day if this contest keeps going on every year, and maybe there'll be another one day, and then the next thing we might have a Canadian surfer on tour.
You never know. You never know.
In the future, who knows? Maybe our kids or or the kids of our kids, or
yeah,
or maybe earlier than that. I don't know, but yeah.
That's funny. Raph, have you ever considered trying to make the tour yourself?
Not really. I mean, I've done quite a few QS contests in California when I was younger and stuff. And
which ones?
I did a trestles one.
Wow.
It wasn't the big one. It was I think back then it was maybe a 2-star or something.
Now it's 6. Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's a bigger one. But anyways, then there was I think one at Huntington. So I've done a few, but I don't know. I don't know if I could really. I don't know about that lifestyle. Like just traveling from one place to the other.
Right.
All around the world. And I mean, I've always thought it'd be cool to do it, to try it out. But then again, it's just it's a lot of money.
It is.
And for
it is.
I think for us Canadian surfers, we get paychecks and stuff, but it's not really for being competitive. It's more just for the lifestyle and just for kind of surfing and free surfing and stuff. Yeah, it'd be cool. I never grew up. When I grew up, I maybe did 1 or 2, maybe 3 contests a year kind of thing. And,
right.
You got the kids down there and stuff. I mean, they grow up. By the time they're 10, they do one every weekend, and they're kind of, like in Australia too, they're kind of bred into it where they've kind of got in their head, they're competitive surfers where, up here, I mean, for myself, it's, I kind of rather just kind of surfing.
I hear you.
Competing is good too because it definitely makes you, it pushes you, it gets you to try a little harder. It's good too, but it's just not really, it's not, to me, I don't see it being that fun doing a contest every week, traveling all around the world, and in the QS, like a lot of those venues, the waves are pure crap. I mean, they have contests, like the surf is smaller than it was last week here. Yeah.
It's a joke. It is comedy. Raph, one of the things, and again, I'm from California, so this is where I want to get your perspective. And I didn't really know much about this area until just a few years ago. And from all the talking to all the locals, everyone's telling me that the surf scene here really just started exploding about 5 years ago, where now you have all these people coming in and wanting to learn, and suddenly you have surf shops just all over the place. For a local like yourself, especially someone who grew up surfing since you're a kid here, do you appreciate the fact that this industry is blowing up here, or do you are you kind of what's your take on it?
Well, I mean, it goes both ways. I can't complain about it because I make a living off it. So, and I have a surf school, and we're pretty busy in the summertime, and I got a family to feed and everything. So that's kind of how I make my living.
Okay.
So I think it's good. I don't mind. And the thing is, about us, we're like on a peninsula, and it's pretty much the only place the road goes to. So it pretty much controls the crowds pretty good. There's lots of other waves around, but it's going to be a bit more effort to get to them. And I mean, you can still put a bit of effort and go surf waves by yourself around here. It's not hard, but it's good because the road only leads to certain spots, and I mean, in the summertime it can get really crowded and frustrating and whatever. But it's only for a few months out of the summer, and I mean the waves aren't generally that good anyways.
Right.
And like I said, I mean if you know the area and you've got your little nooks and crannies and your little waves spotted out, what swell they're good on. I mean you can still go surf by yourself. I like it. I mean I don't really mind it. I do get frustrated when I go out there and I can't catch a wave or get dropped in on, and people snaking me and big blue boards coming at me. But I don't. I'm part of it too, so I can't really complain about it. But I think it's good. I mean, people are you can make a living just surfing, and that's for me. That's when I was growing up, that's kind of one thing that one of my goals. Like I just wanted to surf, and I wanted to try to make a living off it, so I could keep surfing. I wouldn't have to be stuck doing a 9-to-5 job, and then I wouldn't really have time to surf. So I love doing what I do, and it's working. So
it's awesome. And the website is bruhwilersurf.com. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. And Raph, man, thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your time to come on the show, and pleasure to talk to you.
Right on. Well, thank you. Pleasure.